Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we are going to be starting a new series following a lot of comments suggested by you guys over the last few months as well, and people have been suggesting this for a long time. I just never have got around to doing it, and that is curating planets from films, TVs, any form of sci-fi media. And what better way to kick it off than starting with Star Wars, obviously one of the biggest, most iconic sci-fis ever, and definitely some of my favourite films. So I'm going to do it in the order of the films by release. So we're going to start off with the original Star Wars, or now known as A New Hope, from 1977. And what better way to start this than Tatooine, the very, very first planet we see from Star Wars, the very first planet we see on the screen in the very opening, or very first minutes of the opening shot of the film. So a desert world. Obviously, there's hardly any, I don't think there's any water on it at all, so this is absolutely an awful template to start off with. We need just a barren rock, please. No, that's not, yeah, that can get blown up because we don't want that. So, yeah, a nice barren rock. You know what, I may just go with a, yeah, not a good start. It's not giving us anything barren. There we go, that's right, that's a good one to build off. So get rid of all this rubbish. There you go. Right, so this is going to become our Tatooine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get about the size of Earth. I'm not sure the exact scale of these because I know there is like legitimate, there is stats for these of how large they are. I'm not going to go with that for this. I'm generally just going to make them look visually how we think they should be. So obviously this is going to be Tatooine. Yeah, that's not good. There we go. So Tatooine. Right, so obviously, full desert world. It's got a mix of like darker brown and lighter sandy, yellowy orange areas. So let's see how this turns out once we get to customizing. So straight to custom. Okay, this could already be quite promising actually. So that's the low elevation, is that area there. Okay, so I'm going to keep that as the dark brown. Then the middle elevation, obviously we need a sandy colour. And let's see if we can get it right. We may have to change the texture of the planet to get it exactly how we want it. But yeah, there we go. So sandy regions, okay. The darker areas, you know, they look pretty good. I'm going to make him slightly more reddish. So I've got a picture of it up here as well. So I'm just getting a good look at it. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. How's the middle of this? Just if I custom. Oh, okay. So let's go to the. See, that's a little too much on the darker end of the spectrum. So let's try and maybe lighten it up a bit. Try and blend those two colours together nicely. I'm going to make this slightly more orange in tone. Match those sand colours a bit, just try and get it exactly sort of what you'd expect as a sand world. Okay, so I'm going to slap bang that all together. Then moving on, obviously Tatooine has an atmosphere. It has a bluish atmosphere with white clouds, so we need to also get that on. So I'm going to go with a simple 180M world. We know this world is habitable despite being a desert, so it's going to have a blue atmosphere to boot with it. We're going to go with obviously custom colour. It's a more pale light blue, so we're going to go with something more like that. I'm going to just lower the opacity a little bit as well. Get it somewhere there. It doesn't have the most clouds in the world, so it already has a fairly decent looking look. But remember, Tatooine can have sandstorms, so you know it can have those high level clouds and thickness. So, see, that's too much. That's way too much. I'm going to go with maybe wispy or no, turbulent. I think turbulent would make sense, but maybe lower the coverage. Turbulent and wispy together. We can lower the coverage down a bit. Or do you lower the opacity? I'm going to keep opacity high. Maybe I'll go opacity down to about 90, 86, and lower the coverage just a tad as well, just to get it in that region there. See, I don't like the storm cloud though. Oh, well, it does have storms, doesn't it? So there you go. So that's my rough build of Tatooine to begin with. I think I may change the surface texture. What I'm going to do is though, I'm going to actually just name this because I've got a whole new object, menu now. I've reorganised everything, removed some bits, older ones that are broken. So I've got a nice new. So I'm now going to categorise all this correctly. So if we look here, got obviously my traditional solar system planets with their custom upgrades. I've got exoplanets there now marked as exo. So I've got a nice list of all those there. I've got my templates. They're all just marked as template now. So I've got a massive list of those so far. I still need to go through more. But they're the ones I've initially saved. So I'm going to have a new set of stuff for this actually. So I'm going to call it we'll just call it Star Wars. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put a Z, so it will be at the bottom of my menu. So that will be good. So I'm going to have all my new film, TV planets categorised at the bottom there. So that'll be cool. So ignore the Z. There's still Star Wars. So Tatooine, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the save in there, and that will slot it at the bottom of my new custom menu. So there we go. And I tell you what, I had gigabytes of planets saved. It was a lot. So yeah, that will save in there. I mean, so far, I mean, that Tatooine actually looks... It doesn't look that bad, actually. I think it does need a little more lower elevation. Can I do that with this? I can't remember if you can. There's something to... That's the sea level, isn't it? There is a menu for the actual elevation. Where is it? I can't remember where it is. I want to see if that may be able to help. Let me see if I can quickly find this. Okay, everyone, it was this button here. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much in terms of changing the colours. I think that's just for the way the sea level stuff works. So I will have to ignore that for now. So yeah, I'm going to change the surface section. Just see sort of what comes to mind with Tatooine. I would definitely want a flatter... I mean, Mars would be an appropriate kind of look for this. Let's see how the Mars texture kind of... How would Mars's texture kind of pan into this? Let's see. How does that look underneath? I mean, it looks better. I mean, I do want less of that high darker colour in there. Let's just have a look underneath the atmosphere and the clouds. How is it actually looking right now? I mean, that's not so bad, actually. I mean, it's getting the rough look. I mean, you can see the rocky crevices and bits and bobs in there. The Mars texture isn't too noticeable, which is also a plus, because I don't want that. So Planet 7's the second texture. So that really changes a lot of it. So, I mean, yeah, that would really... change things. I mean, there's Mars. Yeah, see, I don't want that. So yeah, I think I may stick with maybe Planet 7 in that case. I mean, let's just see the other planets. So Planet 6, definitely not Planet 6. Planet 8, again, no. 10, no. Let's go back to 1. So 1, 2, again, no. Maybe that we already had the sweet spot. And yeah, definitely not that one. 4, 5. There's 6 again. 7 seems to be the sweet spot so far. I think that one does fit the most. 16. I mean, 15 is one of my favourites. That's the created one. 14, no. 12, 13. I think 7 may be the sweet spot for what we're after for Tatooine. Actually, it's got a good mix of both. I would ideally like more of the regular sand desert, not the darker regions. I mean, it's not too, but when you put it all together, it doesn't look half bad. Actually, it looks quite good. So there we go. It's got the blue atmosphere because it is noticeable for its blue atmosphere. So there we go, that is my first attempt at Tatooine. So what do you guys think of that? We can always come back to it if you've got any feedback. Let me know in the comments, really, but I'm quite pleased with the way that's turned out. I'm not going to add any water, it doesn't have any of that. I've never seen an image of Tatooine with any water, or I've watched all the Star Wars media. I've never seen a patch of water on Tatooine that I can think of, so we're leaving it like that. It's a scarce, full-on desert world. It's obviously going to be hot here. I mean, it's only 16, but we're not around a star. So I'm going to leave it like that. So we're going to go ahead and drop a save in, and there is Tatooine. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to put these in a system just so I can actually have this all running, because I don't want it. I want to have all these planets just in the same sim. So I'm just going to pop a sun in the middle there, keep Tatooine just in a sweet spot, have it auto-orbiting around the star. There we go, just so I've got a little system of each thing there. So there we go. So Tatooine can stay hot. I mean, it does, as long as it doesn't go boiling, burning hot, I'll leave it alone. So there is Tatooine. So yeah, the very first planet you see in Star Wars, there it is. I gotta say, yeah, I mean, it looks good. Not perfect, but you know, I think for a rough attempt. I mean, I don't know. Looking at it again, though, just a little more paler sand, and just a little more on the yellow end of things as well. I mean, visually though, it does look more orangey colour from space, so it does need a little extra. That's too much. It's just a pale, sandy colour. I'm gonna stick with that for now. But let me know what you guys think of it. And also, it is habitable. It does have population, so we're going to add city lights to Tatooine as well. So there we go. Let's go over nice big chunk of stuff here. There you go. So that is Tatooine. That's a proper save. Right, so there you go. Now, what's the second planet we see in Star Wars in the original film? Well, it'd have to be the Yavin system. So it'd be the gas giant, and then Yavin, specifically the moon Yavin 4, which is the Green Forest moon where the Rebel Alliance is hiding. So yeah, next up we have got Yavin, and well, Yavin 4, and then the gas giant Yavin itself. So I believe it's a gas. I'm sure it's a gas giant. Yeah, I think it is. So anyway, the moon itself, Yavin 4, it's a very, very foresty moon, blue atmosphere, pretty generic, you know, full-on forest world. So I'll make the gas giant Yavin as well. Now, could I use any templates for Yavin? I don't think I've got any save in the reddish colour at the moment. So we'll make a dark sort of red world for Yavin. So yeah, let's go for fresh gas giant. yeah, none of the templates are really appropriate. I mean, I'll build off Wasp, actually. There we go. So it's already got some red colours. So I'm going to plop it there. This thing is huge. I'm going to lower it down. There you go. It's not too big, actually. I'm just going to half that down, half the sizes and stuff. There you go. Okay, that's fine. So there it is. Now, the gas giant itself, I mean, it's more of a red colour. It doesn't have that many oranges in it. So, I mean, it's a fairly basic build of just making these slightly more sort of deeper red, really, these lighter colours. So I've already got kind of the... So I don't really want to waste too much time on the gas giant. So there you go. I mean, a pretty generic build, but it gets the point across, really. So yeah, I mean, it does have some pictures of like lighter clouds in there and stuff. So making some of the reds a little more pale in colour, just to blend it. I like the nice wine red sort of look in the middle, but maybe just a tad more on the lighter bands in there, just to fix it. That red's a little too much for me. Where is it? That band there. What band is that? Is that this one? Oh, the planet's flipped. Okay, that's why I was going a bit. I'm going to just darken those down a bit. Actually, what will help as well is just do that, so it's the correct way up. That would be a lot more helpful. Okay, there you go. Now, what colour is this? Okay, so that's the top. So the bottom is now these colours. Yep. So that's the colour I'm looking for. And this colour here. Slightly more of an orange shade in there as well, just to get a bit of extra colour blending as well. So red, slightly more oranges. Up here. Darker bands. Is that band there? That's the band I'm looking for. Let's just deepen that down a bit. And this will just be Yavin. Precisely Star Wars Yavin. There you go. Cool. So gas giant looking good. Rough. Just a rough draft of it. But it's a gas giant. I mean, obviously the customization is way more limited for those. I think that just that lighter colour band. I just want to scrap that a bit. Just deepen it down. There you go. Darken that down a bit more. Ooh, somewhere there, I think. And then what's this lighter band there? Just fade the orange out, just so it's not as strong as the reds. There you go. The north is a little light for my liking. I'm going to darken the north region down a tad. Same with this colour here. Just pale that side out. There you go. Okay, cool. Right, so yeah, I'm going to stick with that for Yavin. But now on to the more exciting one, Yavin 4. So yeah, where the Rebel Alliance is hiding. So there you go. So that's just in orbit of the sun. Again, I'm not going to make them like hatable around this star in particular. I just want it so I can just sort of run it. I mean, I can move it closer if I have to. Right, so Yavin 4 now. So this will be an Earth-like world. So, well, technically it's a moon. So let's plop it. Yeah, the gas giants are fairly large in the sky, if I remember from the film. So yeah, we're going to plop it roughly there. There we go. Here it is. It's already got oceans on it, but remember, this is a very heavy foresty world from what we see in the movie. So I'm going to definitely lower that ocean level down. Turn off habitable zone. There you go. Right, where I surface sea level, please. Let's go ahead and lower that down, so I do not need that much ocean. I don't like the texture this thing has either. We're definitely going to change that. That's what we got. Not going to go with heavy craters. Maybe I'll throw it in Mars. Maybe use the Mars again. I just want to see how it looks with the settle the water. No, definitely not the Mars. No, 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 no. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Go over one. How does that look? Just lower that sea level a bit more. There you go. See, I always remember this being the very, very heavy green world. So let's go ahead. Oh, eclipse going on. Oh, from the parent. Very, very. Yep. There's the sun coming out. Hey. Right. So let's just slow down the time a bit more. Right. So yeah, it's a blue, light blue atmosphere. So let's go more of a shade like that. I'm going to turn off, put that to 0. Fade it out a bit. There you go. Now we still need less ocean. It needs way more. That's a little too much, but it needs way more of the green. Right, so there you go. Now, colour, custom. There you go. Right, now let's go with the nice, thick forests of this forest world. So there you go. So the nice mixes of green in there. very, very heavy on the green as well. We're going to go for here. But let's say lighter shade in there. Just a bit of different colour range. Let's have a quick look at that. It's just a little thick for my liking. Let's go ahead and lower that. Let's just remove it for now, just so we can actually see clouds off as well. So you've got a nice different mix of colours in there. I was going to customise the ocean just to make it a little more, little different. There you go. A little more of that foresty look, I guess. Yep, looking good. Right, so got that colour there, which is the nice bright one. So I'm going to. That's just a slightly more lighter but paler. This colour, we've got the dark elevation there, so that makes up a big chunk of the planet. And the low elevation is here. Again, that's actually slightly more hidden. But I'll make that a lighter green. Just it shows up a bit more. Maybe yeah. See, you can't see the low elevation that much anyway, actually. But we'll have that as a lighter colour. And obviously the dark elevation, the main foresty region, is this colour here. There you go. This will be. So this is Yavin 4. I believe it actually uses the number 4, not IV, the Roman numeral IV. So I'm going to plop it there. Let's go ahead and put the lights on it. There you go. Oh, yeah, let's put them on always. Now this world's only really inhabited for a small base, so in theory you wouldn't have that many lights. I don't think we can really do much on that though. Yeah. There you go, just little pockets, I guess. And there you go, clouds, atmosphere. Let's turn that up a bit. So there you go, so there's Yavin 4, looking pretty good. I think it does need a little more blue on the oceans. Well, not the blue on the atmosphere, sorry. So I'm actually going to increase that. Just make it a little more on the deeper side of the blue. Just a tad more there. Clouds. I mean, it's a fairly regular. I'm just going to go with wispy clouds. Wispy and fluffy. There you go. And that is Yavin 4. So there you go. Looking good. Right, so out of the first film, A New Hope, the original Star Wars, that is all the planets that are in the movie, if I remember correctly. There isn't any. Yeah, it goes from Tatooine, then it goes to the Death Star, which isn't a planet. Then it goes immediately to Yavin and Yavin 4 here. So yeah, as far as I believe, man, I know my films really well. Yeah, there's no other planets in A New Hope, so we're going to now move on to Empire Strikes Back. Basically the best film. Very, very good. But yeah, we're starting off with Hoth. Obviously the frozen world where the Wampa lives. So we're going to go with a full-on, pretty chilly world now. We're going to go further out from the Yavin system here. We're just going to pop it there. And Hoth. An all-ice, frozen-up world. It's going to be pretty cold here. So I'm keen to see how this will turn out. There you go. Right, so first of all, the ocean's got to go, or it's getting frozen up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the sea, I'm going to pop it there, and I'm going to freeze it all straight up. There you go, frozen up. None of that. Now, I still want an atmosphere. I'm going to make it a pretty large, it's already a pretty large world. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I want an atmosphere still, of course. So, okay, it does have one. What is it, an ATM? I mean, obviously these worlds are good for humans, so we're going to... Oh, is that... Right, okay. I just want a nice, I don't know, 1.2, 1.4. Yeah, okay, fine. Leave alone. Right. White atmosphere for sure. Well, that's actually technically in the film. Is it blue? Let me have a quick look up here. Yeah, it has more of a bluish look, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so it's a light blue atmosphere with an all frozen look underneath. So nice regular blue. And I want it freeze up. Right. Freeze. There you go. Yes. Good. Right. How's the atmosphere? Yes, thank you. And it's a pretty vibrant blue as well, actually, for good old Hoth. So it is, yeah. I'm just looking at it in here, yeah. It's a pretty vibrant blue atmosphere. So yeah, we will stick with that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Clouds. I mean, it's a snow world. There's snowstorms here. This is going to have obviously some pretty intense clouds. It's going to be a thick set, I think. Let's turn it all up. Let's get those clouds rumbling, thick and thick. There you go. Look underneath. They ain't got the biggest coverage in the world, but that's probably because technically it's all frozen, so it's not in its best appearance. But there you go. Anyway, actually, let's remove that. Looking underneath, The surface colours, I mean, it's all, this whole thing is snow, so it's all going to be white. So, custom colours, thank you, and simple as that. It is a very, very frozen world. I'm going to lower that sea. There's still a little more sea level than I like, so I'm going to actually lower that down. That's more like it, and then freeze it the way it is. Okay, now we can see those lower colours more. What's causing that? So that's still... Oh, it's ice and snow. So we've got to actually customise that. There you go. The ice and snow needs to be customised. So there you go. We can make some of it technically just a little visual appearance. We can make a little bit more of it blue. There you go. Just to give it a little visual difference to the actual land. I still think there's a little too much land for my liking though. I kind of want to... Where's that elevation tool again? That's the sea level. I always forget where that button is. I literally had it up earlier. That's it, the elevation span. I'm going to just... which button? I think it's... There you go. Yeah. No, don't do that. I mean, it's frozen. I mean, as long as it's frozen, right? Yeah. Just freeze that. Oh, it's annoying when it unfreezes. I didn't tell you to unfreeze. Freeze. There you go. I mean, let me just melt it quickly and actually just have it. Melt. Settle. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, the sea levels can be such a pest sometimes. I don't remember putting it up that high. Yes, I just want a low, just a nice little low bit of sea level, because I want the land to be the dominant force here. Freeze it that like that. There you go. That's a little better. Good. Right, and then pop that there. That's looking more like it. I mean, it's Hoth. I mean, it's not going to be... It's not going to be pretty. It's an all white, frozen up world. City lights as well. The white lights for this one. Oh, that's liquid colour. Oh, that doesn't matter. There we go, I want that. No vegetation, no. And terrain, we can turn it up. Give it a little more visual look. Make it look a little more mountainous in some areas. There you go. And then obviously pop the atmosphere on. And there's your clouds. Can I just thin that atmosphere though, because it is a little thick. It's got the nice blue, but it doesn't... I don't want it covering the entire thing, so... Put that to 0. There you go. Well, I could have it all the way, actually. At 500. Oh, that's a little too much, isn't it? Oh, the two-tone would be really cool, but not on this planet. Maybe we can try and find that one for that later on. So, there you go. And yeah, just put that to 0, please. Yep. And give it its atmosphere back. There you go. They're all frozen Hoth. Again, I'm just going to lower that. Oh, I just want more of the surface sort of showing up. But there you go. So it's got its blue atmosphere, but it is completely frozen up. I don't know why it's actually melting in the game. We're too close to the star, I'm guessing. Well, it shouldn't be. Let's just move it further away in that case. There we go. Keep it cold. So let's go ahead and save it in that state. So that's Hoth. So there you go. That's 4 objects done so far from the originals. So looking good. Right. So after Hoth, well, the characters split into 2 groups. Obviously, you've got Luke. He goes to Dagobah next. Meets Yoda. And then actually you've got the Millennium Falcon, which eventually ends up on Bespin, which is the gas giant with the Cloud City. So we're gonna make we've got to make Dagobah first, surely. So the swamp world, that's where Yoda's hiding out. This should be interesting. So yeah, we'll finish with Dagobah and Bespin for this. And I did actually have a Bespin once upon a time that actually had an atmosphere with the city lights and all that stuff, but the game's changed, that world no longer works, so we have to make a new one. But Bespin's pretty simple, I mean, it's a gas giant. I mean, so technically we could do Bespin first actually, and it's an all orange gas giant pretty much. So then we'll finish off with good old Dagobah. So there we are. But yeah, we'll go with Bespin first. I mean, pretty much 51 Pegasi B here is already pretty much what we're after. So Bespin, let's plop it. Well, technically it's after Hoth, isn't it? So we'll plop it there. Oh, it doesn't matter what order I do them in. We'll plop them. Yeah, we'll plop Bespin there, just out of the way. Right, so it's a little orange. How many bands has it got? So it's quite an old custom, this one. I mean, it already looks fairly alright. Actually, I'm going to lower them though. I don't want that many. Just spam, click a load of those away. Just have 3 rows of it. So in the film, the planet's only really on screen very briefly, and it's not very well detailed from what I remember in the original version of the film. But we know it's got a blue sort of sky with like orange clouds. A lot of orange colour because it's a mining facility, so it's not really got a lot going on for it, for the gas giant wise. So we'll just going to give it some basic sort of customization just to give it a little extra appearance, so it's not all orange. So we made we've made some effort to it. There you go. The orange is a little intense, so I like it. I just tune some of the oranges down as well, so it's just not in your face. So let's just detune those oranges, make them dimmer. There you go. Still one of them's a little bright. Where's the bright one? I think it's that one. The white colours I'm not so keen on either. I'm going to tune those down a bit as well. So that's a little too much actually. There you go. Oh, if only we could add atmospheres, it would really be a good plus for gas giants. Okay, just as a different mix of colour in there. There you go. Okay, I'm pretty much going to settle with that, really. I mean, unless anyone's got any real feedback for it. I mean, it's just a gas giant. I mean, less interesting for sure with customization, as we know. But I mean, it's just an orange gas giant in the film. I mean, there's only a few shots of the actual planet in the film, and it is a very, very basic sort of your regular gas giant, you know, your hydrogen gas giant with the green colour like Saturn and Jupiter, for instance. So, I mean, even this orange is probably still a bit too much for it, but I mean, I've been kind of enhancing it. Maybe we do need the more paler shades for literally every colour. Let's just try and see how that sort of looks. Let's just pale out everything. So, there you go. I mean, it works. I mean, it's just paler. I mean, your regular old gassy, isn't it? So have some deeper shades in it, just to distinguish it, because otherwise it will be too similar. So have the darker shade at the top. Why not? There you go. Yeah, something more like that. And got the top of the two slightly more colour bands in the middle, giving off that appearance. And the south more pale again. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that for Bespin. There we go. Right, so that's where Cloud City lies. Now, moving on, obviously, we're going to finish up today with good old Dagobah. Yeah, Dagobah. So, the Swamp World. Obviously, this one, it's going to be a lot more green. It should be good. But I still remember, I think in the movie, this one did have more a bluish atmosphere as well in the original cut. I mean, again, the planets aren't on screen for that much. It only really shows it when Luke's ship goes into the atmosphere. But again, I think I remember it being a more bluish atmosphere. But we'll go off that. So, random rocky. Let's plop it. Yeah, more closer to the star. Plop it around there. And yeah, this will be Dagobah. So it's. Oops. Capital key is not treating me well today. Right, so yeah. D-A. Go D-A. D-A-H. Dagobah. There it is, right. So immediately we need some... oh, what's the rotation on this? Ooh. Oh, there you go. That's better. Right, so. We need water. We need water to start off. This is a swamp world, so... Get some sea level going in here. Oh yes. Hey, yeah, we've got water. Top it up a bit. Yeah, a bit more water. There you go. Whoa! What the heck? That looks awesome. But why is it doing that? I think it needs an atmosphere, doesn't it? Get something going on it. What is going on? Whoa! Turn this up. Those automated things are really annoying. I wish it just stuck when I interfered it. Right. Leave it alone. Stop messing it around. That's so cool. Look at that. But how do I want it? We've seen that before somewhere, actually. Yeah, we saw that a while ago. Oh, it's so annoying it does that on its own, though. I wish it didn't. Maybe we'll have to use a new object if it's going to be a play up like this. It's got the mass and radius. Yeah, it shouldn't be messing around too much. Let me just stabilize, equal, settle. Just stop it. even the settle liquid button is playing up. Look at that. That's just so cool, but it's not what we want. Yeah, we'll go with a fresh world. That world is bugged. I have no idea why it's doing that. Random Rocky, please. Let's pop one just there. How does that one look? Maybe one that generates with water, just so we get a head start on it. Goes that one there. There you go. On there. There we go. Cool. All right. So we'll scrap this one because it has just been really buggy. There we go. Right, go away. All right. Let's plop this one in here. Hopefully this one will serve us better. So there you go. Cool. Right. Now let's lower the sea level immediately. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's better. So it's not playing up so much. So not obviously a huge ocean on this because it's more like lakes and rivers and things in the swamp. So there you go. Now atmosphere. Go that light sort of paler blue. Maybe we can give it the two-tone look almost. Just a little bit. So this has got the green on one side, the light blue on the other. Hide that all for now. I remember this world did have pretty thick clouds from the movie as well. It's a pretty thickened up system. So double thick clouds, I think. Hide that for now. Oh, that's where it gets to the interesting part. I'm not going to put city lights on this. Right, now down here, this is where we go wild with the deep green swampy look. So there you go. Oh yeah. Quite dark though, because it is still pretty dark. There's not much sunlight here. So still pretty dark and gloomy world. And first of all, that liquid colour as well. We're actually going to go with greenish, more of a greenish shade of water. Not too green, but you know, a little more, so you can distinguish. It's more of like a swampy, murky, bluey, turquoise colour. Something more like that. Down here as well, green's still a little too intense for my liking. A little more paled out. The swamp world. This world here is a little too dark still. Is that the contrast doing that? It is. Yeah. There you go. There you are. And then okay, we don't need that. And then plop the clouds and atmosphere back on. And you get that. So, how are we looking? The coverage. Yeah, the atmosphere itself is way too thick as well. Let's just lower that down a bit more. I'm going to give it a little more on the green end of the spectrum. Just a little more tune on the green. More of a turquoise shade at that point. Yep, there you go. Okay. Pasty, just lower it down. It still needs to be fairly thick though. But, you know, underneath it is the swamp world. So there you go, and I think that's looking pretty darn good, I have to say. I want to make its size a little bigger though. There you go. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. All right, good. And underneath, yeah, it kind of ruined it a bit. Let's just lower that down. There you go. Perfect. So not too much. Still heavy swamp, but you know you got the little lakes and rivers in there as well. Atmosphere clouds back on, and there you go. That is Dagobah, and I think that's my favourite of the lot actually. I think that one looks really good. So we're going to go ahead and put a save in. There's Dagobah. Cool, so that is our lineup so far of the first two Star Wars films. So the original and then Empire Strikes Back. So there we go. Let's make sure they're all saved. Yep. Did we save Bespin? Yeah, we did. Cool. So, got a full lineup here. Which one was your favourite? Let me know. So these are episode 1 of our movie planets, kicking it off with Star Wars. So there we go. But yeah, we'll move on to other franchises once we've got through all of the Star Wars planets. So if you've got any suggestions for other franchises we can do, let us know down below in the comments of this video or on my Discord server as well. So yeah, what other sci-fi series you want to see in the upcoming episodes? Let us know. Yeah, we've got a lot of franchises ahead of us. So, yeah, oh, Tatooine. I think Tatooine actually looks really good now. I'm looking at it again. There's Yavin 4. The blue. Is the ocean a little thicker than it was earlier? Let's have a look. It's flooded! No! Don't do it. That's why you save your objects. Right. Yeah, get that back. There you go. It's a forest world. Not that much, but hey, that's more like it. Yeah, that's better. Need those city lights showing. There you go. Let's resave that. Cool. So you've got Yavin, Tatooine. I think Tatooine's come out really well, actually. There's Dagobah. Got Hoth as well. The bigger super Earth. I think it is actually quite a large planet in the lore as well. I think Tatooine's going to be about the size of Earth. Then also you got Yavin, the gas giant, and then you got Bespin from Cloud City. So yeah, let me know what you think of this lineup so far, and yeah, if you enjoyed it, let me know. Yeah, what you think, feedback stuff, anything, let me know. Let's see if we can go for 100 likes on today's video as well, guys. Really appreciate your support as always. And yeah, that all said and done as well. Subscribe, helps on journey to 50,000 subscribers. Make sure you all have a great day. Stay safe out there, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.